Alright, folks. Well, this playthrough is cursed. So I just got through. Well, first let me just introduce myself. This is Downstage Gaming. I'm your host, Josh, and this is, once again, part 20 of our Let's Play of Paradise Killer. I say once again because I just recorded this episode, and then went into it, and the recording just got all messed up for weird reasons that I don't understand. So... we're gonna real quick run through everything that I just did again, and I'm gonna take you through it. So first, I had noted that these little things right here on my little radar thing show me some places I haven't been at, like this nightmare computer here. So let's go ahead and solve this one real quick. I am curious. Yes, okay, so it is literally the same one. It's not randomized. So this one kind of weirded me out a little bit because it's like stick figures when the actual figures themselves don't really look like actual, you know, it just doesn't look like it matches quite that well. That one and not that one. We want on the left. This one right here. Yep, there we go. Okay. And then this one's easy. We've done this one before. Arrowheads and pyramid. Next one is just the arrowheads. And then we've got skull and curvy horns. And there we go. Okay. And so we come in here and we find something really gross. Looks like something or someone has been dragged through this shed. And this looks like human waste. A couple of days old at most. Akiko removed 2 prisoners from the barracks prisons recently. Were they in this shed? So, yep, so we found that Akiko was apparently holding prisoners captive for multiple days and just let them poop themselves in the shed, which is really great. And so then I decided that before I go talk to some more people, I looked over this way and I was like, you know, we have what we need to go solve the second Holy Seal. Maybe we should just go actually do that. Because if we're going to go talk to everyone anyways, we should probably have the most amount of evidence and things to talk to them about. Which I still think is a good idea, so let's go do it. So I was worried that I was going to have to remember what it is that the code is. I remembered that it was in alphabetical order, but I wasn't quite sure if I remembered the words. Luckily, Old Lady Love Dice here is just going to literally repeat it again. Bird, bowl, scholar, snake. Here we go. We got bird, bowl, scholar, snake. Booyah, that's it! It must have been unlocked. It must have unlocked something. This was designed to safeguard against random attempts to crack the code. Was Shinji right? Did the demon possessing Henry feel its way through? To which I said, doesn't seem likely. It seems more likely that the people we know who already knew the code and have space helmets did it. But then we come in here and we find some interesting things. So first we get to the third seal here, the third Holy Seal. It looks like a blood lock. Starlight can take a look.
Ooh,
A blood lock coded to council blood. To get through this, you need to have the blood of one of the council members in you. Or presumably a sample to trick the lock with. Whose blood logged in through here? All of the council, expected. This lock has hardly been used since the start of the island. There's only a few instances of logins over the centuries. Every time the lock has been opened, it's been as a group, the entire council, no exceptions. Except recently. There are 2 anomalies
What the
here.
hell?
There's an unknown blood sample that logged in last night after all the council entered meditation.
I don't.
Starlight
like
doesn't
this.
recognize it. An unknown individual with council blood came through the lock last night while the council were meditating. So I had 2 theories here. One theory was somebody else ingested that bottle of blood that has the council member's blood in it, like was put in Henry. Or my theory was maybe Carmelina, because her dad was on the council, if I'm remembering right, but then got disgraced and exiled or whatever, and then they couldn't be on the council anymore. But maybe it still counts for Carmelina, because he was once a council member. How do we have an unknown suspect with council blood? Who else entered the hallowed ground? Henry's blood was used on this lock last night. Does that put him at the scene?
That's weird.
How the hell did Henry's blood open the lock? He's a citizen, not a council
The
member.
investigator is
And one of
here.
the council logged in 2 days ago, stayed for a few minutes, and left. Kafka memory. What was he doing here without the rest of the council? The blood chiller Sam had in his hidden distillery had a blood sample bottle with the letter K on it. The bottle was scrubbed clean, but it could very well be Kafka Memory's blood. If it was, that means Sam used it 2 days ago to open this blood lock. Was he setting up the crime? I need to check with Doom Jazz. Maybe a sample is missing. Who opened the third seal? Alright, then we got the fourth seal here. Guess this is the fourth holy seal. What's the deal? There's a data port. Starlight might find something. Trying very hard. Data port, OS, Syndicate, OS, Black Planet Ver, interfacing, handshaking, authenticating. Welcome to Syndicate, OS, Black Planet. To deactivate fourth holy seal barrier, please become godlike.
That's
Barrier.
weird.
The barrier's freaking out. Become godlike. Please present godliness to bioscanner.
Nanny, the hell?
It's checking to see if someone is biologically godlike. Error, 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 error. Fourth holy seal is non-responsive. System has suffered a critical failure. Please reboot system. Leader Montserrat authorization required. The fourth holy seal is toast. Whatever happened last night did a number on it. Godlike. How did someone become godlike? There's a god in paradise, I could ask. So at the time that I did that last time, I was confused when they said there's a god in paradise I could ask. I thought that maybe they were talking about Judge, because I couldn't think of any other character we knew that was a god that we could talk to. But stick around, because there may be another god on this island we could talk to. Alright, so from there, we headed back down out of here. Headed back over here and looked at the next person who seemed logical for me to talk to. And that person seemed to be Miss Carmelina, the architect. So let's head over and talk to her and see if her dog is still just as angry with us as it seems to always be.
Huh?
Halt!
Yep, I want to talk to
don't
Carmelina. Do we have to go
like
through this every
this.
time? I don't care.
Architect Carmelina Silent.
What do you know about the fourth holy seal?
Craft is its own
Nothing,
world.
investigator. It's not my place to know. If no one knows how to get into the council building and the next island is already built with a new council building, how will the new council get into it? A good question. If the seals on the next island cannot be breached, we will rebuild the council building. The perfect next island already sounds less than perfect.
We have achieved perfection.
Perfection requires adaptability. We will adapt. Do you know anything about the murder of the martial guards outside of the council building? Losing fine marshals to a killer like that is a tragedy. Unfortunately, I don't have any further insight for you, investigator. What do you know about the second holy seal? It's one of the big mysteries, isn't it, investigator? You're the architect and you don't know? Security. It's the only bit of the island I don't design.
Craft is its own
It is better for
reward.
the council to design their security and keep the secret to themselves. Do you know anything about the third holy seal? It is a secret, investigator, built without my knowledge. Alright, well hey, listen, let's hang. Can I ask you something, architect?
How dare you?
What is the point of all these questions, investigator? I'm just trying to get to know you, architect. The syndicate has changed in my time away.
This is nonsense.
How does getting to know me relate to the case? All it seems to be doing is delaying you from executing Henry. What do you do as the architect?
We have achieved perfection.
I craft and enable dreams. Each island needs to be thoroughly designed. I plan every square inch. It takes centuries. The islands are given form by the council's psychic will. I transmute that psychic will into physical form. Can anyone be an architect? No one has shown my ability outside of the Silence family. The gift was part of the Silent Goat's blessing when the syndicate was formed. We needed somewhere to live outside of the real world. How do you transmute the council's will? I've never been able to describe it. It's just a feeling. When they meditate and envisage the island, I'm able to open psychic pathways to a new reality and let the island take shape. The syndicate would be lost without you.
Craft is its own
I live
reward.
to serve.
I beg your
Investigator, can we
pardon?
discuss something of a delicate nature? Do you have something you want to tell me? Something concerns me about Witness. Some of us become more complicated as our lives go on, others do not. I can see it behind his mask. He's changed since I've been gone. Witness has become gripped with religious hysteria. He believes that we have strayed too far from the path. Montserrat wanted to protect the new island with a tighter grip on the Syndicate. In Witness's eyes, our leader was not placing enough importance on resurrecting the gods. Montserrat was furthering the Syndicate, not our holy mission.
Don't
And that
test
does
me.
make him a sinner.
Believe what you want.
Don't be short-sighted. The Syndicate are hampered by demonic invasions and the deaths of our homes. Montserrat was playing a longer game. Build a perfect island, rule it perfectly, then focus on the gods. Our divided attention was getting us nowhere. Witness had grown infuriated with Montserrat. They were like baying dogs in Syndicate meetings. Witness voted against every one of Montserrat's proposals.
Sure.
Is there anything else? When a man becomes complicated, he often withdraws. Witness is no different. He needed time with his thoughts. His sanctuary was his apartment. It became rare to see him. I have wondered what he does up there.
Sure.
Is his privacy more than usual? We would almost never see him. He would only leave his apartment to attend Syndicate meetings, and only then it was to scream religious proclamations at us. That was one of the reasons I went to see him last night. I was worried. I needed to know he was fine at the final end of an island. Thank you for your candor, Architect. May the Silent Goat walk with you. And may you reach the moon. So, from there, I mean, it makes me a little bit think that Carmelina is, like, okay, but I might be being fooled there. And then 2, obviously that's information that mostly we already know, mostly thanks to Crimson. But I suppose it's good to have some sort of backup testimony. So, from here, we went over to talk to our old friend Doom Jazz, because we had a number of things we wanted to confirm with him.
Dr. Ninjas.
Did you examine the dead guards at the first Holy Seal? Nope, Nakiko wouldn't let
That's
me.
weird.
Why?
Island is about
She
to
said that's
end.
military jurisdiction. She didn't want the corpses of her soldiers disrespected with the post-mortem. Very suspicious.
That's strange.
Even though there could be evidence.
Hypothetically.
In her mind, she's already got the case solved. Henry's behind bars, he
The
clearly did it.
investigator is here.
Do you believe that?
This is bad.
I'm not much into beliefs, Love Dies. I'm waiting to see what truth you find. Is there a database of DNA or blood samples for everyone on the island?
Hypothetically.
You want to run some blood? Wish I could help. Just after the crisis meeting last night, parts of the central servers started corrupting.
Don't test me.
That's convenient,
The island is about
isn't
to
it?
end.
I became aware of it because the terminal in my lab does an automated backup in the early hours. I got a report that the backup failed. Took a look at it, part of the medical archive it corrupted. What about the backup of the central server on the moon?
I'm a professional.
That went down as well. Corruption spread. Not to all the moon database. I can still access most of the files on there. Where's the server on the island? In the caverns under the island. Masahiro Heavy Industries maintains it. The only entrance into the cavern is via the Deep Factory, and that's under lockdown.
That's
Why?
strange.
The Deep Factory is shut down at the end of the island. Only 4 people can unlock it. Council member Makan Origin ran Masahiro, but her dead body is up at the council penthouse. Same with Pandora too. She ran Dead Nebula in the Deep Factory. Nicolina Rose is second in command of Dead Nebula, but they're on the next island. Lydia took them early on. And Balthazar Tears was Makin's assistant at Masahiro, but he's on the next island as
I
well.
have a bad feeling about
I'll go to the
this.
25th island and bring Nicolina and Balthazar back, and they can open up the Deep Factory so I can find out what the hell is going on with that server.
It's been wonderful. to
Not
see
so
you again.
fast, Love Dies. No one leaves this island. Judge's orders. Besides, you need Lydia to take you to the next island, and she's on your list of suspects, right?
Oh,
So what do I do about this server?
Hey.
2 options. Chalk it up to bad luck and coincidence, or let it fuel a dreadful, all-consuming conspiracy. I'll go with conspiracy. I'll go for the second
Want to
one.
play doctors? and
Keep
nurses?
on trucking, Love Dies. Doc, the third Holy Seal is a blood lock coated to council blood.
Theoretically.
Makes sense.
got it.
Who's got the council blood?
Investigator.
Is this a trick question, Love Dies? Only the council. What if that wasn't true?
Huh?
Are you asking if someone secretly has council blood? That's a stretch, Love Dies. What about you? Do you keep samples of council blood? I do for medical reasons. They're locked down, though. Could someone have taken one?
Hypothetically.
They're under high security.
Sure.
Anything suspicious recently? Nope. Anyone been in your clinic who shouldn't be in there recently? Nope. Although I did catch Sam in there. He was just picking up his prescription, though.
Sure.
Can you check that the council blood samples are all accounted for? Let me just pull up the inventory on my phone. Sorry, app is taking ages to load.
Strange.
That's odd. There's one missing, but the security alarm didn't go
That's
off.
strange.
Whose sample is missing? Kafka Memories. There's an anomaly with Kafka's login to the blood
Why?
block. This is bad, Love
I
Dice.
have a bad
You don't need to tell
feeling
me.
about this.
This puts you and/or Sam at the scene.
You've got this
I had
wrong.
nothing to do with this. A blood sample from your clinic was found on the seal. You found Sam snooping in your clinic. Maybe he took the sample and used it?
You've got this wrong.
Well, it sure as hell wasn't me. Why don't we know who Henry's father is?
Hypothetically.
You mean, why wasn't that tracked like every other birth? Yes, you're the doctor after all. When she gave birth, she said she didn't know who the father was. What about DNA? The test came up blank.
That's it.
Isn't that concerning? Very. Not a lot I can do, though. Why would a DNA test come up blank? We missed someone and don't have them recorded. I don't think this is important, Love Dice. I'm not sure how this relates to the council
Got
murder.
it.
What if someone deliberately kept the birth secret? Say like you, because you had an affair. Why would they do that? Someone having an affair they shouldn't be? It's a possibility, but they need some high-level clearance for that. Say like me.
I'm glad to be
Or
back.
access to you.
Investigator.
That's quite the accusation, investigator. What do you know about the second Holy Seal? Not a thing, Love Dice. Council business. What do you know about the fourth Holy Seal? Not a thing, Love Dice. Council secrets and all that. Alright, let's hang. Got a sec, Doc? Wonderful to see
I'm
you
glad
again.
to be back.
You're the only one that doesn't call me the investigation freak. It's not nice to call people's names, is it? That name was given to you derogatorily. You may have lived up to it, but you should be careful of the labels they let stick to you. Sometimes you need to make the best of it. Sometimes you need pointing in the right direction.
My favorite.
I love a positive outlook. Don't let the others get to you. You know, the syndicate, self-serving and jealous, just like the gods.
Indeed.
Glad you're rising above it. You always go in for the real talk nowadays. Got something else you wanted to talk about? I don't know. Things just feel pretty heavy around here. You're not the one tasked with saving paradise. I'm not the right person for the job. You are, though. You're forgiving and forgetting my past. Ah, whatever. We all make mistakes. Never been the type to bind people to their history. People change. I'm impressed, Doc. You didn't proposition me this time.
Ha!
I assume you're gonna stop by again at some point before this is all over. We'll see. Alright, may the cosmos be a mystery. And may you reach the moon. Kind of dipped in from Love Dies to Doom Jazz at the end there. Alright, so very last thing then was, as we finished Doom Jazz, I was like, hey, wasn't there like a computer at the pyramid that we never got? Let's go check that out. See if we can do it, see what awaits us there. So I headed over here, and lo and behold, there is a nightmare computer.
Nightmare computer.
So we got Mr. Skull with curvy horns. We've got pyramids and a star. We've got Thin Moon and a star. And then we've got this weird one. Alright, that is okay. Was this right? Nope. Okay, so it's gonna be two separate. Is that right? Yep. And then, yeah, 'cause that's so weird. This one. There we go. Yeah, see, that doesn't even look like it matches at all. Whatever. Alright, so we came in here. Be careful, because it's about to get spooky. See? I got freaked out by that the first time. Crying Grudge. Translation, why am I plagued by insects? Translation, you don't seem particularly fazed by meeting a god. I'm having a strange day. This isn't the weirdest thing I've done. Translation, too many of you have come to see me these last few years, exploiting my weakened state.
That's weird.
Translation, you're Mad King, obsessed little shit. Translation, the Masked Man, a sneaky one, that one. Translation, the woman that builds. She is pure in her goals. I admire her. Translation, and now you. Who are you? I'm the investigator. Translation, What are you
The
investigating?
investigator is
Last
here.
night, someone murdered the council. Translation. Ah ha 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 ha. Translation. The Mad King is dead.
That's
Why do you refer to
strange.
Montserrat as mad? Translation. He believed he was more than he was. Anyone like that is mad. He doubled down on his madness, though. His plans for the next island. The arrogance. Who was the masked man that came to see you? Translation. Are all of you like him? Why live like that? Translation. You need to find why he took my flesh from me. Do you have a name? Translation. The one that oversees the end of an island. I have met him before. He came to me recently. Witness. What did he want? Translation. My flesh.
The investigator
Why?
is here.
Translation. The key to a lock, same as the woman. You called her a builder. Do you mean Architect Carmelina? Translation. She is more creative. She had a better plan. What plan are you talking about? Translation. The flesh was fused with another. My body lives elsewhere on this island. Anyone else stop by to tear a strip off? Translation. When the Mad King wasn't so mad, he used my flesh to make the lock. He wore it on a pendant. No one can open the lock without him. What lock? Translation. The Mad King's fourth holy seal. You need my flesh to pass through it. What do you know about someone possessed by a demon? Translation. I can feel him out there. The anger emanating is like a smog. Did he get some of your flesh? Translation. He didn't come here, but who can say? Translation. Leave me. I'm bored of you. Alright, let's get out of this spooky growly place then. And with that, that was everything that I did on my original recording of episode 20 here. So that'll bring us back over here. We'll go ahead and do a save point outside of Doom Jazz's little yacht here. But thank you for joining me on my return to these events and getting to experience them with me. For some of you for the first time. We will continue going around and talk with more people and get the last bits of information we need next time. Until then, this has been Downstage Gaming. I've been your host, Josh, and I will catch you all next time.